The two claps.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Gardner with the Family Timeout Podcast. We'll be discussing sports, pop culture, and parenting because kids aren't the only ones that need a timeout.
No, they are not.
Thanks, Gardner. Well, it's been a while.
We're back.
We were sick. All of us.
I learned something about being sick as a parent is that apparently if a 2-year-old coughs directly into your mouth 20 times over a week, that you might get sick.
Yep, the baby got sick. Then I got sick. Mm-hmm. And then you were good for a while.
I was getting cocky because I'm always like
I knew a mistake.
I'm the first or second one sick.
Not wash your hands or not use hand sanitizer. I just knew it. And then sure enough.
I was free while you two were sickly.
Yep. Probably the end of my sickness, you got sick.
And then I got worse than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, Clara's kind of a wuss, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, so we've been sick for like 2 weeks combined. So.
Wow. Feels like it's been forever. And then that was during the ice storm. The ice
storm.
Yes. So we were sick. I was at a grocery store for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I ordered pickup and everything.
Yeah.
And they were 3 hours late. And I was just hanging out at a grocery store.
To be fair, something I did not know is that you went to the grocery store before you got the email that the order was ready.
But then also think about it, is if I didn't get an email by 11, I was
PM?
gonna be.
You were? Why?
Because I know they weren't answering the phone even when I was there. I had to walk into the place and talk to them.
Yeah, things have been happening. We just have been sick, and now we're back.
Yes.
All right. We're going to hop into our topics.
Yes.
Let's do some timeout takeaways from pop culture this week, shall we?
Yes.
All right. We've been watching lots of things. Also, we watched a lot of things while we were on vacation.
No, I think we were just saying we were watching it, or we're about to watch it.
Yeah. Overall, I liked it. Everyone hated it. Well, no, not true. A lot of people didn't like the ending. I'm okay with the ending.
I was fine with it. Yeah.
I think you either like it or you don't, but I don't think I wasted my time watching it.
All the people telling me there was going to be other stuff coming out after.
You were a believer.
I wasn't for 90% of it, but then I was like, well, why are they looking directly at the camera in this scene? And then I thought that was interesting, and then they'd explain why, and I just would zone that out because that was just dumb what they were saying. But then I was like, oh, maybe they are doing something. That would be really cool.
I didn't believe it.
Because you didn't want to get your hopes up.
Oh, for sure.
It wasn't that you couldn't believe it, but
I
it
just
was
didn't
you were
think
actively trying not to.
It didn't make sense to me with how they were doing the press and the promo.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense logistically. Didn't make sense to me.
No.
Although I would have been so happy if I was wrong. But I was just like, I just don't think.
I know.
And there were some things where people were catching errors. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Why would they say that? Or, it was, I was listening and I liked what I was hearing.
Only Vecna would know that or something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, that was a big clue for me too.
And I think we loved how it started. We loved the first drop. And the second drop was okay.
Yeah.
And then I think everyone just wanted it to be shocking and surprising. And yeah, it didn't happen. But I liked it. Don't regret watching the show. And I think it ended nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Tied it up with a bow.
Yeah.
Something else we watched was Squid Game's reality show came out.
Yeah.
But it was just something on our list to watch once the holidays were over. All these shows come out during the holidays. Well, I'm watching Elf. I'm watching The Grinch. I'm watching Squid Games. That's not holiday themed.
We're not a Christmas.
So we watched the reality show. We still haven't finished Squid Games. The season
The real show.
Finished over the summer. First episode of the second half. That show makes me uncomfortable. We'll finish it. But we like the reality show a lot. I think that show is insane.
You and I were going to try out for it.
The one thing you can't do is be grouped together.
We can't be grouped together. I don't know.
Because we have a shot.
Yeah.
Together we have 50-50.
I know.
I would not. But if we did the Marvel game, I definitely would let you win.
No, I'd let you win.
I wonder, do you think we would try to play legit and see who would win? Just give up.
Yeah, we'd throw it in, and then when it was my turn to win it, and just hit that guard in the face.
Yeah.
Oops.
But we like the reality show. I love reality TV, but I think that show...
For those of you who don't know, because I don't know how popular it is.
It's the Netflix reality.
Basically, they take a reality show version and make the show Squid Games real in a way. Instead of them being eliminated from the game by passing away, they end up having like an ink thing explode in their shirt, and then they have to act like they're
Yeah.
laying down and stuff.
But it's so $4 million you could win, which I guess I assume that's legit. Like I assume that's what they're actually giving out. But man, those games towards the end are literally so luck. Like
You realize like how much of it is just chance.
I think your number one strategy is friendships. Like you really need to have friendships.
You'd be great at that.
I'd be terrible. I don't like people, and
Close.
if there's someone annoying me, I want them out immediately.
Guard.
It would flip sides before I worked with those people. Everything, all the clips that were
Can block that out.
okay. We did not like how it ended. I just was not a fan of the winner of that show. I will say that finale, the last game, was crazy. To get that far, and for the game to be red light, green light. And that's how you'll win or lose $4 million, is if you move slightly.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Somebody in Achilles.
What the heck was that?
Yeah.
So then the last bonus she just had to get across the finish line, and then she just won the money. Crazy. Yeah. But yeah, we like that show a lot. That was really good all the time. It's interesting every time. They should do like some famous people in there too.
That would be fun.
For
like
sure.
they did in the show. They had that one guy that was apparently like famous. He had like a famous online show or something. So, have a few famous people in there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
And then we watched Pluribus. I started off really liking it.
Loving it. I thought it was
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I get why people are talking.
We were recommending it already, which normally when we do that, usually when we feel that way about a show, it's not often where we kind of decline.
Yeah, like we did that.
I don't
with
think
Severance.
we're wrong, but I do think the show just kind of started really good, and there's just too much filler in the middle.
Yeah.
And I get they're trying to show you what it feels like to be living here, with these people, but it was a lot of nothing.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, there was a big revelation.
Yeah.
About what these people eat, which was exciting. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
here we go. And then we went back down to plateauing.
It was like the main character did something that.
And we love her from Breaking Bad.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is it was shot
Or
like
Better Call
it was
Saul.
shot like it was Vince Gilligan, so it was shot like that. So I enjoy that. But it did, that horrible Breaking Bad episode, the Fly one, where they're chasing the fly. It felt like in the middle there were like 4 episodes of the Fly episode, and you're just like, this is not.
It
moving.
was definitely his style. I remember feeling that, but seeing it like this, where there's not much happening, always still storylines keeping you going. We just have 2 storylines.
That's what I mean by that.
The main
Fly
character,
episode, there was nothing moving forward.
The main character and the guy who I flipped. I love him now, and I'm very concerned about the main character. So I was just kind of bummed. I've never seen a show where I started off recommending it so hard to where I'm like, I know I'm sure the show will be good, but it's hard to recommend it when it just was so slow the last half, the last half of the season.
I can't wait to tell someone to be like, just get through the second half of the
I
season.
know. So we're excited to see what happens in season 2. I just thought a little bit more was going to happen in the finale of season 1 to get me more excited about season 2. But now it's kind of like, well, I do want to see what happens. That's kind of what I'm at. Like, I am curious, but it's not like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What could that mean?
Yeah, and for those of you who haven't seen it, just that the idea is so cool. Like a virus, I guess what you would say, turns everybody into like one single mind, and but there's 12 people that aren't affected by it. So then it's like, what would it be like to be in a world where you are just the only person in your entire part of the world interacting with these beings that are all very happy to be there because they're all connected and they all talk about themselves as we instead of I, and it feels very weird.
Yeah, I like the concept.
That.
It started off really good and then it kind of tapered down. I'm still going to watch season 2. I'm just hoping it gets better. Did you have any other things to talk
about? Just shows that are coming up that we're excited about. We're about to watch Hijack.
I don't think there needed to be another season.
It does seem like that's just, what's his name? Liam Neeson type movies where it's like 6 different movies. It's all the same character. I know.
And Apple Plus has good shows on there. They can come up with other creative things. I feel I really like that season, but do we need a second one? Okay, different character. Well, it's still Mark Ruffalo, but it's like a different situation.
It's just him bird watching.
okay. I used to be so against that. I used to be like, yes, season after season. I love shows that came up 1,000 seasons, even if it was pointless. But now I'm just like, I think that could have just been a limited series, and we could have been good with that.
But then season 3 of Shrinking just came out last week, and I'm really excited about that because I'm a therapist.
Time out takeaways from parenting this week. Garner, we have a 2-year-old. It's official.
Yes.
Her birthday was a week ago. It's very sad. I mean, we're very happy and proud. First of all, we kept a child alive for 2 years as an accomplishment. Sad because she's just getting so big, and I don't know when it happened. She was her own person and
talking and singing and dancing.
It was a delight. But we kind of had 2 birthdays for her. My sister wanted to be at the birthday party but couldn't be the week of her actual birthday.
Typical.
So we had our birthday party the weekend before, and it was Oh Toodles, a Minnie Mouse theme. And that was really cute.
Because apparently she says Toodles, and it's Toodles. Toodles, if you guys get it. Well, number 2, because she's 2 years old.
Yeah, it was Minnie Mouse themed. It was bows. It was pink. It was wonderful.
Bow tie pasta.
And she just did so good. She just was dancing, and just everyone's watching her just running in circles dancing. She had a great time.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't dancing, though. She was running in circles.
But not dancing.
Just running.
Just running.
It's meta.
But yeah, it was really good. And then the week after, we took off on her actual birthday, and we went to the science center. And that was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Garner almost got in a fist fight with a bunch of toddlers.
No, I almost got in a fist fight with a bunch of mothers.
We want to quickly tell them what
happened. They
happened.
weren't toddlers.
They were 10-year-olds. Okay, so we went on a weekday, and I'm thinking, perfect time to go to the science center. No one's going to be there.
Yep.
No, I didn't think about field trips, and apparently there was 30. We got there at 10 when they opened, and there were kids already in there. So they must have gotten in early, and there was just a bunch of kids running around.
It was like 4 to 5 field trips.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And, our daughter's 2, and she gets shy when there's a lot of people running and kids, and it was a lot even for us. But of course, Garner had to get in a scuffle.
Yeah.
With 10-year-old boys.
Well, we went to the tug-of-war section, which basically is just teaching you leverage. So if you stand on one side, you'll always win. We had Michelle and Raven on one side. We waited in line for that one side.
It was our turn.
They got it. So I was walking over to the other side to grab the rope for the tug-of-war. You had let Raven hold the rope, and she was holding on to it. And right when I'm about to grab it, these 3 10-year-olds sprint over, grab it, getting ready to yank the rope. So I grab it, and I yell no to them. And they leave, and then I beat Raven in tug-of-war.
Great.
So that we're playing with that, and then we left. And we're over there talking, waiting on our friend Brent. And then he comes over and stands there. And then I see this woman marching up, like, from a distance. And I was like, no way, she's coming at me.
Did you really?
Yeah, I saw, it was just weird because it was like direct line at me. And I was like, there must be something around because I don't know why. And she marches up to me and says, excuse me. And so, did you rip the rope out of some children's hands? And I was like, yup. And then just walked. No. So then she's like, why did you do that? I said, well, they're about to yank the rope. On the other end was a toddler. And she's like, what? And I said, yeah, that little toddler there. They jumped in front of us and yanked the rope. She goes, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Come to find out, I guess one of the chaperones, not even one of the kids, complained to the mom that I did that.
I have not seen what was happening. I didn't really care.
But it is funny to me.
Was going to come up, and you explained there was a toddler in there. If she was going to, I don't know, keep the argument going or keep interrogating us, I was going to stand up and say, we're not.
What was funny to me is like, okay, let's say they didn't see it. I don't know if I'm the chaperone of kids and I saw a grown man yank the rope out of these kids' hands. Right. I would look around and not be like, oh, he thought it was his turn and he wanted to play.
But what if they walk up to you and they ask you about it and you say, yeah, I did. It was my turn or whatever. What are the police? I was like, okay, you say yes. Next step for you.
I don't know what
You're the science nerds at the front desk.
Yeah.
You think they're going to get
I'll bully them too. I just bully those 10-year-olds. I'll go after him too.
I don't understand what her purpose is. Like gonna do something.
I don't know, and I think the fact that like I was smiling while I was saying it just like completely like took her off guard.
I don't know, but she's lucky that you just like handled it Because it was not going to be nice.
If it was, okay, I'm sorry. I knew that what I was supposed to jump in and be a complete smartass, but then I could feel you boiling over to jump in.
I was just going to shut it down. You're not my boss. You're not my mom to you. Go watch all these kids that you're clearly not watching.
Yeah, let's settle this tug of war.
Yes, you should have done that. Other than the scuffle, it was an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then it was actually a week after, so happy birthday, Gardner.
I also had a Minnie Mouse themed.
I got him the pasta maker attachment for the KitchenAid, so I made him his birthday.
No, it was more than that. I walked downstairs and she turned our dining room into an Italian restaurant, which I thought was really, really cute. She had like the red tablecloths and the pasta signs everywhere and was playing Italian music. And then you showed that to me. At like 8 a.m. Yeah.
But I wanted to give it to you because the part of the plan was to go out grocery shopping and get
everything,
whatever you wanted to eat, whatever pasta you wanted to make, whatever dish, go out, get the ingredients. So I wanted to give it to you early. But we made pasta. And we've done it before in a Sur La Table cooking class like 2 years ago. And we loved it. We just had never bought the attachment. Well, now we have it. And we made Spaghetti
bolognese, yeah.
And it was actually really good. Yeah. We had no hope. I had no hope in us.
Because we've tried like sushi. It never goes right the first time.
Never. We just made something. Oh, we made her Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse shaped pancakes for her birthday breakfast. Yeah. That didn't go well. So
I made about 30 pancakes and got one that looked like something from Disney.
We just don't have luck when it comes to that. I told him before, I'm like, Garner, let's get the backup pasta. Yeah. We know work, and Raven was there with us, and she helped.
Like she put the noodle or the pasta through the roller part and did that.
And she was testing the sauce as you were making it.
It actually tasted not just the sauce, but the pasta we made. It's crazy to me how like a little ball of pasta, or ball of dough like that, turns into like what would be like a whole box of pasta that you would buy.
You were like, how much size for that? 3 to 4?
I thought I was gonna have to. It was 3 to 4 because you said 4.
Because it did look like a little ball of dough.
Yeah. And I always think with all those things, it's like, oh, this is why you buy it like at a grocery store because it's the only way you can ever get enough. But like this ended up, I thought it was gonna shrink and not be enough, but no, it was great, and I had a great time. Thank you for all that, babe.
You're welcome. And I got you a little Reese's cupcake. Yeah. For dessert, and Raven loved it. It was a wonderful day, minus how freaking cold it was that weekend.
Yeah, that was.
It was freezing.
But like 8 degrees in the morning, I think, is awful.
It was terrible. Anything else sad about the baby?
Nope.
Did she do anything funny?
No.
No. Okay, let's talk about some takeaways from sports.
Why aren't you happy?
Where do I start? Why aren't I happy? I'll tell you. 1, Patriots and the Seahawks, nonstop. Patriots, Seahawks, Super Bowl. When your team is not in that game, I don't want to hear it. Want to talk about it? I don't care.
I don't.
The day that our season, the Ravens season, is over is the day football should end.
I know.
Because what is the point? 2, Harbaugh's just gone, and we're all okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the name of my segment? Harbaugh who?
It's like you guys you've moved on. I'm still mourning this breakup and this loss, and I think I will.
No, we said that multiple times that we'll never win without Harbaugh, even though we've won 1.
Okay, real quick. All I want to say about the Ravens and what we've learned and heard, I want to know if Lamar was involved in these coach meetings. I need to know. I need to know this information.
He was.
No, I want to know the details.
Okay.
It was in person. I don't know if he was on Zoom. I would like to know the facts.
From what I heard is he said, hire who you need to hire.
That is infuriating to hear.
That's better than we're not. He said, well, I'm not going to
trade him then.
He said the most team answer you could say.
I don't want a team answer. I want him to be a leader.
If you want
to go to a Super Bowl, tell us which coach do you think?
But that just sounds like you would have just said, "Oh, we shouldn't be bending over backwards for."
Look, I want him to be assertive and to actually say something, like be involved, to be a leader. Like,
apparently
what do you want?
Apparently he said like what he liked, but the players' opinions weren't really.
That's not true. I heard that they talked to a lot of players.
Well, they did, but the players' opinions weren't really taken into account.
That's fine. I'm not saying that they should listen to Lamar and pick who he wants. I just want to know that he was involved.
He was listening.
That he wants the success of this team because I just am not convinced his head is in the game.
Yeah,
and
apparently.
that is before the end of our season. I'm talking all season. How many times has he missed practice this one freaking year?
Yeah.
You can say it's injuries and blah blah
It
blah.
was injuries.
No,
but it actually was.
no. He's
That's
not a
what
leader.
it was.
He's not a leader.
I don't understand why that point keeps getting brought up by people. He was actually injured. He's the only player that can win for us. He can have Wednesdays off of practice. That's like such a normal thing that I don't understand how our running quarterback, and that is why he
blinded.
No, by the last 2 games he looked like himself again, and that's why I don't understand. So like he doesn't get better if he's practicing an extra what?
We
2
should have
weeks?
sat him for a week in the regular season.
The
The 2 weeks.
but we needed him to win.
Well, we had Huntley out there and he won for us.
Once. Maybe twice.
Okay, then. Okay. Garner, you are blinded by Lamar.
If we don't have Lamar out there, they don't win. They don't even get close to.
I think everyone thinks that, Harbaugh's out. We have a new coach lineup. We're going to do great and win. I don't think so. I don't feel that Lamar is at that level.
Being the best quarterback in the NFL makes you not at that level.
Is he nominated for MVP?
He's injured.
What are your comments about the Ravens? I see that your first line of our segment section is Ravens are ass. Do you want to elaborate?
That was just copied over from the old scripts.
I wrote that.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, because I did not write that.
No, that's definitely something I would say.
They got Minter, who was like the number 1 coach out there that people wanted, like the new up-and-coming coach. Mm-hmm. And Ravens nabbed him, which I wasn't. I was like, I wanted him, but like he does look like a dork, so I wasn't sure if that's a good thing. You see all the Nate
Bargatze looks
and
they
funny. Asked him about that. Did you?
Nate
Bargatze? They asked.
What did
Minter.
Nate say?
No, they asked Minter about.
I saw that.
So I'm hoping we win a Super Bowl because I imagine because they always have like SNL skits that they would have Nate Bargatze and him together. But yeah, he didn't seem like the tough-minded guy, but apparently all the defensive players that love him, or they all love him, that played with him. Mm-hmm. And he did turn Owe into an actually good player, which we couldn't do at all. And he went there and immediately started doing well. So someone like that can get the best out of their players is what we really need, especially on defense does one thing they're supposed to do in the first 8 games.
I told you I had a nightmare.
Ravens are in the playoffs.
I had a nightmare that we cut. I was going to say Marlon with Humphrey. I had a nightmare.
Well, it might happen.
No.
It won't be a nightmare.
But actually, it was a dream I had where you told me in my dream.
Well, just prepare yourself. That's a possibility.
We can't lose everyone. We lost Harbaugh, Gardner.
Everyone.
Isn't that enough?
Yep, and Harbaugh went to the Giants, never to be heard from again.
Not true, but do you see him over there? He's smiling. He's happy.
Yeah.
He has Megan over there. He has his staff over there.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't deserve him.
And then the Ravens did something really cool. Well, they got the Declan from the Bears as their offensive coordinator, which I think could be good. I'm not sure. It seems like he would be a really good fit. But anyway, they got Weaver as defensive coordinator, former Raven. Really the tough-minded kind of. He played here when the Ravens defense was the Ray Lewis defense, like that brutal, hit you in the mouth type defense. And then he comes here and he talks like that. He looks like the kind of coach that would do that. So it does kind of bring that mentality, I'm hoping, to the defense again, because they need someone like that can hold Hamilton accountable to be like, you're supposed to be the leaders of this defense. You need to play like Ravens defense.
But I think Hamilton is.
Well, I think everything you said about Lamar could be said about Hamilton. I don't know how you can say a quiet guy who says the fans are spoiled and stuff like that is considered a leader of the defense.
I didn't leader. I think he's out there. He's out there putting it all on the line.
He is.
That's what I mean.
But it does feel like one guy.
I agree.
One guy doing everything on the line when he needs to develop what I think the greats do, which is make the people around you better.
I agree with you.
And so he needs to do that. And I could say the same for Lamar too, but I'm just saying they both need to do that. You have 2 generational players.
One.
Okay, well then Lamar being having literally the greatest season any quarterback's ever had in the history of the NFL.
Who?
Multiple time MVP.
I think this next year is going to be interesting for our relationship.
Yes, because you do this every year. So when he was MVP in the league, the first time, you were like, "Oh yeah, I think he's pretty good," and you still weren't really on board. Then he had the best season statistically that any human has ever had in the NFL, and you're like, I don't know, they didn't win a Super, but like,
yeah,
but
if
it's
you
not.
have the best player, then why are you not winning the Super Bowl?
But that's not how we all.
Mahomes and they're winning the Super Bowl.
Most of the time,
Patriots, Tom Brady, and they're winning the Super Bowl. Here's our quarter. I'm just saying we could go. We're very stubborn people.
But anyway, the Ravens, they get Weaver as their defense coordinator, which is the one I'm most excited about to bring that mentality back. But then they got the Falcons O-line coach, which is pretty crazy. He's changed the Falcons offense completely. So I'm hoping that helps. And then somehow, for some reason, the Ravens got the Steelers running back coach, which I don't really know anything about the guy. I don't think the Steelers run game is anything I desire. They have made some running backs good that shouldn't be that good, but I just like stealing their players, their coaches, so I think that's funny.
Yeah.
But then Max Crosby says he wants to go to a winning team in the NFL. He wants to go to a team that's not in rebuild, and
aren't we kind of in rebuild?
We just got new coaches, not dumping players.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
But they're saying probably 2 firsts and more. So I'm willing to do the 2 firsts, which is the only player I've ever said that for, ever. I'm willing to do 2 firsts and maybe a second.
What does the draft class look for that position? Look like for that position?
You're not going to get a Hall of Famer. So it's like
2 firsts.
Yeah, so this year and next year.
That's the only way you think they'll trade. They're not going to take players.
Well, it only takes one team, right? So if everybody's offering 1 first and something else, then I guess they could say, no, we won't. But there's going to be one team that'll say, yeah, we'll give you 2 firsts. So that ends up being the price for everybody. So I'm hoping that Ravens can do that. Maybe get him.
I just don't think we should do that.
Yeah, you give up 2 firsts. I mean, well, they have no pass rush. The Ravens haven't had a pass rush in 3 years. So you get him, you immediately make it to where you're going to get sacks.
No, but I think we have a whole new coaching staff. Why don't we see what the first year of that would look like while we get other positions that we need?
I think if you have a chance to get a Hall of Fame pass rusher, which is extremely rare.
He's also coming off injury.
A little bit ago, but he's still
But he's been injured.
Yeah.
We want an injured person? This guy.
Well, so I'm going to draft pass rusher, maybe my 14th pick overall, maybe gets me a good pass rusher.
Well, we were hoping that was going to happen with Trenton Simpson.
Well, he was...
I thought we had drafted other people that would be
Mike
good.
Green is who you mean. Yeah,
Mike Green. So what happened to Mike Green?
Yeah, but good and great are 2 different things.
So Max Crosby was great his first season in.
He was great pretty immediately, yeah. But this would be people's, if you were to redraft the whole league now, people would pick him in the top 5 picks. That's how good he is. Outside of quarterbacks.
I understand what you're saying. I just feel like our defensive coordinator before was trash.
Yeah.
So
it's just one of those things, though. You make the defense immediately better.
What percentage do you think this could happen?
Well, I never think that if there's ever... This is the only player I've ever been... Because as a Ravens fan, you learn to be very, very selfish with your picks. You never give them up kind of thing. We've only given up a few in the past few years. Bolden was one. Roquan was another. That's kind of what you do that for. But those were all later mid-round picks, 4th and 5th round, 3rd round picks. So give up 1st round picks is something the Ravens don't ever do. But if they were to do it for a player, it would probably be for a position that they just can't seem to get since Terrell Suggs. We've never had anyone be anything good in that position since Suggs. And so that's where I think it could happen. But I also know that we don't give up those picks. So
no.
I really
so
just knowing the Ravens, I doubt it. Yeah, I could see the Ravens doing a thing where they just draft linemen.
That's what they do.
Yeah, well, they haven't been, which I think is a problem with. They've been drafting other positions, but I mean, no, you're right. They do that later, but those picks aren't landing. Faalele, people like that, they're just.
Oh God,
yes.
That poor guy.
But yeah, I guess we should probably talk about that stupid game this weekend.
I mean, I literally.
Well, no one should. I still say Drake May sucks. I know people made fun of. I don't care that he's in the Super Bowl. Like, it's the worst season of the NFL I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Everybody's bad, especially in the AFC side. Everybody that was worth anything either got injured or it's just everything. Everybody was bad. Drake May has an easy path to that because Allen should have. Oh, amazing Allen is has the easiest path to the Super Bowl I've ever seen, and he just stumbles and looks like a complete idiot.
Lots of weird things has happened.
Yeah,
crazy kicks.
That's what I mean. Like everything's weird and off, and then
injuries, obviously.
And then we jump to Super Bowl. So I guess I'm gonna say Seahawks 35, Patriots 23.
So you're going to this game.
No, I don't care.
You don't care, but you're rooting for the Seahawks to win.
I don't even root.
Can you just say
yes? Yes.
Okay, I'm rooting for the Patriots.
Ugh.
Because the only reason I'm saying that is I do not want McDonald to have a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I do because I like him.
I don't.
He's literally the only reason I'm rooting for the Seahawks.
I'm petty, okay?
Yeah.
No, he can't have it. I honestly forgot it was this weekend.
I do hope he yells ice out at halftime.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna. Well, it'll be interesting.
I hope he makes a whole show about that. I just think it would be funny.
I don't know how far they're allowed to push the limits.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm
for it.
I'm for it. I'd be very
how...
happy if he did it. It would be just very funny.
People were asking Goodell about his comments at the Grammys. It's like Goodell can't control him. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Just relax.
And right now, I don't really care about any billionaires' opinions on anything. So, ice out is what I'm hoping the halftime theme is.
I think that's it, though.
Yeah.
What are you going to talk about?
I know. I guess one other football thing real quick is I had a thing here that was like teams that are doing everything wrong. Because I think the Giants, of course, made a great signing with Harbaugh. He was the best coach on the market, and the Giants got him. And if he turned the Giants around and made them worthy of something, that would be pretty impressive, and I'd be rooting for him. I just don't want him to win a Super Bowl because that would mean we lost one. But if we got eliminated and he won a Super Bowl, good for him. But you know what I can always count on is the Cleveland Browns.
What'd they do?
Everything wrong always. And I
think they're incredible.
They were like, you know what? That awful offensive coordinator that caused all those issues with Harbaugh and really kind of destroyed the Ravens' season. That's our guy.
I still can't believe that.
You know how nobody likes him? That's our guy.
Well, I do think that's strange in general. Like, everyone talked about Monken in our offense this year and how bad it was. And our defense for the majority of the year. Zach Orr, Monken. And then people still want to hire them as anything? It's confusing. The whole NFL is
promote him.
That's what I don't understand.
I don't get it. And like they have Schwartz as their defensive coordinator, and their defense was incredible. Now I know they have Myles Garrett, so that's a big reason. But like their defense is great, and they didn't promote him, and apparently he's really mad. So it's like you really not only got Monken, you hurt the coach that is your good coach. It's just they cannot make a move to save.
Maybe they can give us Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Hey, Monken, can you just give us Myles Garrett? We'll take him.
What are we going to talk about now?
I guess shows, and we have the Combine.
What is that?
It's usually like February.
I've never seen it before. Is it on television?
It's like on NFL Network, and it's so boring. It's not even like a...
Well, do I know in advance who's worth watching?
Yeah, you can look it up.
Well,
I guess you could say, like, these are the players that are in the top 15 because we're the 14th pick, and you would probably want to see them.
Speaking of documentaries just coming out left and right all the time, why isn't there more about football? I'm talking refs. I need a whole documentary on refs.
You've been talking about the refs documentary forever, and I think that's such a good idea. I wish they would really dive into that.
But I think it's good for both sides. So it's good for people who are angry. Mm-hmm. Like, what do these refs even do? It's good for show us what they do. I understand. I can't imagine being a ref. It looks very hard.
Sounds horrible.
I don't know how you can see something in real time and call it. I don't know how you do that. So it's good for the organization to say, hey, these people are typically lawyers. This is how intense the training is. They move in packs for the game. I'd love to see this as a fan, but also, why don't you come do this and show us like...
Yeah, well, we watched that one show that Steve Smith did, like, per People's Jobs in the Stadium, and he did the ref one, and, like, he was even blown away by what they're looking at.
It's just, like, a short little thing.
You know how the refs get, like, when a flag gets thrown, and then they go, there's no flag on the play, and they, like, pick up the flag? If I was a ref, that you would get that call like 30s, because I'd be like, I think I saw something. Because from my couch, I could be like, oh, holding, easy.
Right.
But it's like, I'm watching
they
this.
do slow replays above.
Yeah, I can see it above. I can clearly see it and all stuff. Then
But that's one thing I've always wanted to watch.
Yeah,
but two, I want to know about the combine because I didn't know until 2 years ago. You told me that they get interviewed. You were telling me someone did really good in the interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, you told me about, I can't remember, but you were telling me about, and I think we saw clips of it maybe in The Wired or something.
Yeah.
Of, like, I didn't realize how intense.
They'll have them, like, look at plays and stuff. And that's usually
it's like a test.
Usually, so it's usually, like, combine is, like, mainly the physical stuff. And then there might be a few interviews because they'll have, like, representatives from coaches and stuff for being there. But then in between the combine and the draft, they will have, like, site visits. And so the Ravens, a lot of times they do like fake site visits. They'll have people there that they have no interest in drafting.
Whoa.
Just to get the
this is so interesting.
Just to get the media to report it so that teams ahead of them are panicking and they're like, oh, wait, the Ravens want him. We can't let him slip. We should grab him. Mm-hmm. And then you would mess that up. Like stuff like that happened with like Haloti Nada and stuff. And
that's so cool. They should have, I don't know. I know it's hard to do it. Well, they did quarterback. They've done Hard Knocks, so you can do it in a way that's not outing people's methods and processes. But yeah, I just think it'd be cool. They should because I love watching quarterback. I like watching Hard Knocks, although we didn't watch this year. It's really hard to watch it when your team's not doing well.
Oh yeah,
I can't watch other teams that are doing well.
No, like the Super Bowl, I just don't care.
Yeah, me neither. All right, so we're just talking about baseball.
The Orioles have done some moves, so maybe
baseball, March Madness to talk about. We can have our friends on the pod to discuss our matchups and our predictions for the winner.
Yeah, your mascot picks that you like to do.
Yeah. Last year I was kind of going off who I actually thought was going to do well, and I lost badly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my strategy is this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basketball's happening.
Yeah.
It's been happening. Maybe we're gonna have my mom.
Basketball barely ever ends.
And but I saw someone got traded to the Wizards, and I was like, well, I never see baseball updates, and if they're going to the Wizards, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, if we start talking about the Wizards on this podcast, the 3 listeners we have will lose them all, and that's our parents.
Listen, I lived in Cape Cod for a couple of years, so my mom's a Boston's fan, Celtics fan, and I just don't. I don't know. I'm born in Maryland. I don't have a basketball team. I have the Wizards, I guess.
Well, it's like when people say DC teams. I'm like,
I know, but I like watching basketball. But
I used to like it more. It's just hard to get into when you don't have like a real Baltimore team.
Yeah, but we'll be back. More sports. Yeah. More. I'm sure there'll be tons of football updates to discuss.
Well, there'll be things we're waiting on. Is Lamar gonna extend his contract?
Just leave. What?
Is he going to extend his contract? By the way, let's get this clear. This person on this Ravens podcast wants the best quarterback the Ravens have ever had to just leave because she thinks he might be a little grumpy.
I think he's not giving mature vibes to me. I will say, I'm excited to see what's going on with Joe Burrow. I'm keeping my eye on him.
He's having a sad boy
year.
Summer. Sad boy year.
I'm so curious to know what's going on over there. Yeah. No. What's going on with him?
That's the other coaching signing too, is they got Mike McCarthy because nothing says we're looking towards the future like a coach that hasn't done anything.
But do you think Aaron Rodgers will stay?
I don't know, because he coached him in Green Bay. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for them. I just don't get the Steelers. This version of the Steelers, I don't understand. The Steelers one that said we'll give up Minka Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, that we will basically not have a running game anymore. That we're going to get Aaron Rodgers and think that makes us better, or then they get Mike McCarthy. I just don't understand these moves by it's not them.
I mean, it's great for us.
It's like I feel a little sad.
Well, they haven't been to the playoffs in a long time.
Yeah, but when they were winning, they were doing that stuff right. It's when they started focusing too much on receivers and all, like they I don't know, it's a little sad to see them just kind of fall off, because it was like of course I want the Ravens to win, of course I want them to be bad, but these decisions are just bad decisions.
I feel like our real rival is the Bengals over the Steelers these days.
Yeah,
I'm more scared of the Bengals than I am of
I'm
Steelers.
more afraid of Burrow, a healthy Burrow, than anything.
Him and Chase for sure.
Yeah,
All right, guys, we are out of timeout. Thank you for listening and supporting our podcast. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at the Family Timeout Podcast. We will see you next week.
Ice out.
Bye-bye.